Hello and welcome to the West Coast Today podcast with me, Sandy Neal.
Me, Fiona Scott.
Me, Matt Young.
And me, Owen Wild.
In this podcast, we let you know about some of the stories making the headlines this week online at www.westcoasttoday.co.uk and in the printed edition of this week's Oban Times and also in the Lochaber Times. We love hearing your stories, so why not drop us an email at editor@obantimes.co.uk or editor@lochabertimes.co.uk or through our socials. Or you can give us a call on 01631 568 000. We start today up in the patch of the Lochaber Times. Fee, what's news?
Thanks, Sandy. So this week we have been speaking to a Fort William woman who was diagnosed with breast cancer during a family holiday to Australia. Claire Hageman is currently recovering in hospital on the other side of the world, having just had a mastectomy to get rid of the invasive carcinoma. Family and friends have started a fundraiser so that the 48-year-old flower farmer, her husband and their 2 young children can stay in Australia surrounded by loved ones during her recovery. Back at home, and there's been an interesting proposal put forward to build a visitor centre at the iconic Glengarry viewpoint. Members of the community are being given the chance to ask questions and provide feedback at a drop-in event being held tomorrow, Thursday, December the 4th, between 1 p.m. and 6 p.m. at Glengarry Community Hall. The proposal by Black Sheep Management Services also includes a designated car park and toilet facilities at the site on the A87 road to Skye. You can read more about these stories and more in this week's Lochaber Times or on our website at www.westcoasttoday.co.uk. Back to you, Sandy.
Thank you very much, Fee. Matt, what's happening in the Oban Times' patch?
Thank you, Sandy. Oban Lifeboat crew have announced its first female coxswain. Leonie Wolf has been undertaking additional training for over a year and is now qualified to lead a 6-strong crew on Oban's Campbell Watson craft. She is one of 5 women across Scotland to hold the position, and Leonie added she was extremely grateful to the crew for helping her through the process. Modern Scottish traditional music band Tidelines will play their final show of their album tour to a sold-out Corran Halls. The group have been touring the length and breadth of the UK, debuting their new album, Glasgow Love Story. Lochaber local and lead singer Robert Robertson said the band will mix some of their new album with some older classics when they perform on the 20th of December. Now, I was away last week and Kathy is currently on her way back out west after some time off, so I have one of her stories as well. The New Home Bargains has been given the alcohol green light after a provisional licence was agreed by councillors. Plans are in place for the new Oban Retail Park store to open in May next year, after Homebase closed down in January. But for those of you who enjoy a tipple of something stronger, the store will only be selling a limited range of beers, ciders and wines, with some stronger stuff available on a seasonal basis.
Thank you very much, Matt. Owen, what else is going on in the land of Lorne?
Thank you, Sandy. Well, the rumours were true. It was great news for 6 residents of Dunbeg who found out last week that they won the Postcode Lottery's Millionaire Street, taking home £166,000 each. It's just life-changing money, that. What would you guys buy first if you won?
Probably a beer and then a holiday. That would be mine.
Yeah. Definitely sunshine and heat.
I'd buy a car. I don't have a car, so I would like a Range Rover. Just splash out.
All these sound very modest. I bet if you had hundreds of thousands or millions in the bank, I don't think you'd stop there. I think you'd, we'd see you decked out in bling and diamonds and gold. Anyway, sorry, Owen, back to you.
Yeah, well, to see the amazing reactions of the people who did win that money, read this week's OT or find the article on www.westcoasttoday.co.uk. And festive season is here. This week we've got coverage of Oban and Fort William's Christmas light switch-ons and the St Conan's Kirk Christmas Tree Festival, which had some amazing trees as always. And finally from me, Oban's Linside Day Centre is on the chopping block once again. We've spoken to the son of one of the service users who says it saved his mum's life and is pleading for the service to be saved as well. That story comes alongside a full spread of news from last week's full council meeting. Pass over to Sandy for a bit more information on that.
Thank you, Owen. Yes, Argyll and Bute Council could dump its loos in money-saving measures. And who's in and who's out in the council's reshuffle? You can find out all about it in this week's Oban Times. And West Highland Line passengers should expect another season of the Polar Express, the freezing trains from Oban and Mallaig to Glasgow. I think that will do us this week. You can catch up on all of this week's news and sport in the Lochaber Times and the Oban Times, and on our one-stop shop website at www.westcoasttoday.co.uk. So with that, it's goodbye from me, Sandy Neal.
Bye from me, Fiona Scott.
Bye from me, Matt Young.
And bye from me, Owen Wild.
Bye.
Bye.